Igbo Area Tv, Onondi Igbo.
Hello. I know you have been expecting this. It's about Ambazonia and Biafra. Same goal, but different methods. Some people are saying it is working for the Ambazonian, but the Biafrans are not getting it right. Perhaps that is why freedom is far-fetched for them. Before we continue, what do you think the Ambazonians have done that Biafrans are yet to do? Do you think the Ambazonians are better planned and that is why it is working fine for them? That is what we are going to discuss right now. At the end of this documentary, you will learn a lot of things. Perhaps Biafra will have something to copy from. Or let's see what will happen at the end. Be my guests. Once again, Ambazonia and Biafra. Same goal. They are agitating for same thing. They want same thing. Freedom. But their methods are different. You know, since the news about United States ordering Cameroonian soldiers out of Southern Cameroon broke, some Biafrans have been urging IPOB leadership to follow the method used by Ambazonians, saying that this is how to get immediate international community's attention, stating further that freedom is never given but taken. They believe, having seen the successes of Ambazonian, they think Biafrans are not getting it right. That if they should copy the Ambazonians, things will change and we get our freedom. So, by feeling so, they want Biafrans to pick up arms like the Ambazonians are doing. Is that really the way forward for Biafrans? Is that the way forward for them? Will that give them same result Ambazonians are getting now? Are Ambazonians actually independent? Yes, armed struggle is potentially true in most cases of freedom fighting, but not entirely true when it comes to Biafra question. Yes, for some people, armed struggle works for you to get your freedom, but the Biafran question is different. Yes. Those comparing Biafra with Ambazonia are making great mistake. No one with understanding of history and its implications will place Biafra and Ambazonia side by side, not to talk of wishing that Biafra takes up Ambazonian method. Yes, if you actually know history, you will not be saying that Biafrans should copy Ambazonians, Ambazonia. If you know history, that is okay. Even if you don't know history, at least if you've heard about what happened in Nigeria between 1960 and 1970, it is easier for you to know that Biafra should not follow same method. Before Ambazonia took up arms against Cameroon in defense of their people, their entire people agreed and supported the move. Even their elected politicians resigned in protest against the atrocities of the Francophone part of Cameroon against them. There were total agreement between the people and their political leaders, just like during the earlier days of Biafra in 1967. Yes, in 1967, there was a complete agreement that the best option is secession for Biafra. And Ambazonia is getting such attention now too. Yes, it was a complete agreement that they should have their own nation. So those people in government had to pull out. Same thing, Biafra has passed through that process. Some people put it this way: we were not just lucky like the Ambazonians are now. Yes, American system had been there, but different people. Right now, somebody like Trump is at the helm of affairs in America. And An elder once told me too that at that time Biafra was trying to get their independence between 1967 and 1970. He said America was involved in Vietnam War. So it wasn't that easy for them to interfere. They had to settle things on that side before thinking about rescue or respite for Biafra. So you can see, it's like a school of thought will say, luck wasn't on our side. Yes, for some, we are not lucky. We're not lucky to have people like Trump today. So after the 1966 pogrom, the Easterners living in the north had to return to the east. They returned back to their home. And when Aburi Accord was trashed by the then Nigeria head of state, Major General Yakubu Gowon, all Easterners resigned automatically from office they held in Nigeria, mandated Odumegwu Ojukwu to declare Eastern Nigeria a Republic of Biafra. So Biafra went on to fight a war of survival, just like Ambazonia is doing today. It is pertinent to note that Biafra lost because the world was then in darkness. Unlike now, anyone can report every atrocities of the government. So right now we have the social media. It is easy now to spread news. The technological and science advancement made it possible for you to pass message from someone in another to someone in another continent. So easy. So with this improvement today, it is easier. Unlike in 1960s when communication is very hard. So part of the reason Biafra lost was the communication gap. The world was then in darkness. Those times, British set up in Nigeria, they wanted to remain. So the BBC were reporting as if the Biafrans were just rebels. The BBC wasn't telling the world that Biafrans were freedom fighters. These things had great negative impact for the freedom fighters. Actually, the war was a war of survival. The Biafrans were the victim. But based on reports, it appears they want to destroy the country. It wasn't saying they wanted freedom. It was saying they were rebels. And imagine if someone wants to support you or another country wants to support you, nobody wants to support rebels. So there was a lot of misinformation from the people who are holding the media. It is what they tell the world that the world believes. Unlike today that you can let the world see exactly what is happening. Thank God for advancement. So there was a lot of misinformation at that point. Biafrans were not really seen like people seeking independence, but rebels. And like we said, who will want to support rebels? No. So those asking and demanding that IPOB should go the Ambazonia way are asking IPOB to repeat the events of 1967 to 1970. This call is improper and currently unnecessary because Nigeria and Cameroon are not the same. You need to place Nigeria on the table and understand her very well. IPOB is not only facing the government as in wanting freedom, because anytime you seek freedom from any country, you're pitched yourself against the government. So IPOB is not only facing the government, IPOB is facing several oppositions. Some are political, some are racial, some are concerned ethnicities. So it is not an easy thing to have freedom. It is not an easy thing. You are not facing just one opposition or one force. So aside all other opposition, you have the one that is waiting for you at the home front. Yes, our leaders in the southeast are also a major problem. They will never support their people, unlike the Ambazonians are doing. For the sake of contracts, political appointments, and juicy offers, our leaders in Southeast will rather align them with the forces hunting us down, with the forces trying to hold us down permanently, rather than take side with their own people to have freedom. Same thing they did against President Goodluck Jonathan. But in Cameroon, it is 1 against 1. So stop blaming IPOB for not taking up against the federal government. IPOB will not allow what happened in 1967 to 1970 to repeat itself. So having understood that Southeast leaders, that is our leaders in the Southeast, are biased in the struggle, they will prefer to side with the oppressive government. Why do you expect IPOB to take up arms? It shows that IPOB's leadership, by not copying Ambazonia, is wise, because almost 98% of those holding political office in Biafra land are actually working with the government oppressing the people. And the problem is, another thing troubling us is they don't even speak up. They will rather collect juicy contracts, political appointments, and watch their people die. So don't blame IPOB for not taking up arms against the government. IPOB will not give such opportunity for the government to wipe off Easterners. So it is almost indisputable to say that the method of IPOB is the best, owing to the situations of things in Nigeria. IPOB's method moved from protests both within and outside Nigeria to a high-tech diplomatic approach. IPOB has maintained presence in almost the entire nations of the world, from USA to UK, from Russia to Japan, etc. IPOB have successfully brought their case to UN. Should in case anything happens, IPOB believe will defend Biafra land, knowing that the world will be on their side. So if the government continue to hunt down peaceful protesters and trying to shade it away from foreign bodies, it is only hastening the realization of Biafra. Well, for some people, Ambazonians are doing the right thing. They are in the right track. And so is IPOB as well. The Biafra Restoration Project championed by IPOB is on the right track. The two scenarios have the same goal in common, but requires different method. This material was provided by an IPOB confidant, and I find it reasonable to share with you. Thanks for watching Igbo Area TV. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. Also click the bell icon. Like our Facebook page. Join our Facebook group. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Bye for now.